taking derivatives using the product rule. So the product rule is the product of two functions, f times g. We take the derivative of that, that is equals to f prime g plus fg prime. So fg plus fg, the order of derivative is f first, g second. There is another version. The other version is f times g derivative, that is equals to fg prime plus gf prime. They just switch the order of f and g a little bit, so that doesn't affect the final answer. So it doesn't matter which one you use, you will get the same answer. So we have three problems, a green one, a red one, and then this purple one requires a triple product rule. So I will talk about that as well. So let's start with the green one. So the green one, we clearly has a product of two factors. So the first factor times the second factor. And then for product rule, so we have f prime of x. So that is equals to f prime g, right? So we copy this first. So 4x to the third minus 2x squared, and then 4 pi minus 5e to the x. I would just, if this is your first couple product rule problems, I would recommend you to just copy everything first. So negative 4x to the third minus 2x squared, and then times 4 pi minus 5e to the x. The product rule that we will be using is fg prime plus f prime g plus fg prime. So the orange one, right? So this is f prime and then g and then plus gf prime. So using highlighter, so this is f prime g and then fg prime. All right, so now you take the derivative. So f prime of x, that is equals to, so that is using a power rule. So we bring the 3 down, so negative 12x squared, right? And then bring the 2 down, negative 4x, and then copy g, so 4 pi minus 5e to the x, and then plus f, so this we copy f, so f 4 negative 4x to the third. Let's make that look like a 4. So 4x to the third minus 2x squared, and then g prime. The derivative of 4 pi is a constant, so the derivative of that is equals to 0. And then the derivative of e to the x is always e to the x. So I always say this. So if I ask you to do a written quizzes, homework, exams in class, I will take this line as your final answer. There is no need to open everything up and then do a simplification. But when you do homeworks and exams online, usually they ask you to simplify all the way to the end. So in that case, you will have to fully open up everything. So f prime of x, the next step is just like when you do this in algebra, you have to multiply this factor out, like 12x squared times 4 pi negative 12x squared times negative 5e to the x, right? So on and so forth. So we have negative 12 times negative 4, so that is negative 48. So negative 48, we have a pi and then x squared, right? And then negative 12 times negative 5, that is positive 60 x squared e to the x. And then what else? And then we have a negative 4 times 4 minus 16 pi x, and then negative 4 times negative 5 positive 20x e to the x. So that's the two factors on top, and then we have two more. So this is a negative 4 times a 0. So this is just like a distribution, right? Negative 5e to the x, and then just distribute this to the negative 4 and a 2. So that is positive 20 x to the third e to the x, and then positive 10 x squared e to the x. Do we have anything to combine? The third power, no, and then the second power, we can add these two together. And then what else? How about the first power? The first power is no, right? So the first power is this. We cannot add them. And then the second power, we can add the 60 and a 10, but not this one. And then the third power stands by itself. So overall, we have the first derivative equals to negative 48, and then we have x squared, pi x squared, or x squared pi, and then 60 plus 10 is 70, x squared e to the x, and then we copy everything else, and then minus 16 pi x, and then plus 20x and then what? And then the last term is plus 20x to the third e to the x. So if you are doing homeworks online, I think they will ask you to go all the way to the end, like right here. I can always adjust the box. Okay, so let's do the purple one, and then we do the red one at the end. So the purple one requires a triple product rule. The triple product rule, let's talk about triple product rule. So triple product rule, we have three functions, f times g times h, and then we take the derivative of that. Let's talk about the rule first, and then we do this problem. What is that equal to? So this one, I will just glue the first two terms together, so like f times g as one term, and then times h, and then we do a product rule, and then that is equals to, so we follow this one, f prime g plus fg prime, so f prime, so this is f times g prime, and then times h plus fg is one term, and then we have h prime, and then for the fg prime, this is another product rule. So we have one product rule inside another product rule. So that product rule brings me f prime g plus fg prime, and then of course we have an h, and then plus fg h prime. So overall you have f prime g times h plus fg prime times h, and then plus fg h prime. So fgh, 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 and then the order of derivative is f first, g second, and h third. Do you see this? fgh, fgh, and then another fgh, and then the order of derivative is f first, g second, and then h third. All right, then how about the purple function? So the purple function, let's do it right here, so we don't have to squeeze that to the right. So we have y equals to x to the fifth times e to the x, and then times a to the x. So we glue the first two terms together, x5 e to the x, and then multiply ax, and then we apply the product rule. The product rule is fg plus fg, and then f first, g second, so y prime, that is equals to x to the fifth e to the x, and then prime ax plus x5 ex, and then the derivative of ax prime. All right, so here is another product rule. What is that equal to? That is equals to what? The derivative of x to the fifth. We have 5x to the fourth, and then we copy ex, and then plus x to the fifth. The derivative of ex is still ex. Don't forget that we have to distribute ax to the whole term, and then plus x to the fifth e to the x, and then you multiply the derivative of this exponential function is, we have a to the x, and then multiply ln the base. This one, do we have to simplify? I don't think there is any value like that will bring you to another world if you just simplify, so I will just leave it as it is. Okay, and then we still have a red problem. So the red problem, we follow the color code. And then the red problem, don't rewind the video, I will copy the problem for you. So we have a z equals to parenthesis negative 5x to the third minus the cube root of x, and then multiply e to the x minus b to the x, and then the product rule fg prime prime. Okay, so we have a z prime equals to the derivative of the first parenthesis, so we bring the 3 down, so that is negative 15x squared, bring the 1/3 down because cube root is 1/3 power, and then x to the negative 2/3, and then we copy g, so we just did f prime g, and then we plus a big plus for the product rule, and then fg prime negative 5x to the third minus the cube root of x, and then the derivative of e to the x is e to the x. The derivative of the other exponential b to the x is b to the x times ln b. And then this one same thing, I don't see a value of doing the simplification. I will just leave the answer like this because really I don't like, if you just fully open up every single term, that doesn't lead you to another world. I will just leave it as it is. Alright, so that is the end of this video. If you like the way I teach, you think my teaching fits your learning habit, share the video for me, give me a like, and I will see you all in the next lesson. Signing out.